What's up, guys? Welcome back to Follow Up Friday. And if you listened to this week, you know that we had a very long episode about Harry Potter. And that was mainly because Wednesday was Harry Potter's birthday.
Happy birthday, Harry Potter.
Along with the author J.K. Rowling.
Happy birthday, J.K. Rowling.
And we had a great discussion about the Potterverse, everything that has to do with Harry Potter. I had a comment the other day about you didn't talk about Fantastic Beasts. Well, when the third one comes out, we'll do a whole conversation about Fantastic Beasts. But it was before the Potterverse, technically, so we weren't wrong. But we'll get to that when it happens. So, we're doing this Follow-Up Friday. We're not doing this one as much as like what we left out of the episode. More of an in-depth talk about what Harry Potter did for us. Not just as nerds in our nerddom, but as Tyler, as Josh, throughout our lives. Couple things it did for me. One, it helped me come to terms with the fact of being different isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I had a similar feelings when reading the Harry Potter books, because where I grew up, there weren't a lot of kids like me. I wasn't very athletic. I wasn't into sports. I wasn't into hunting and stuff like that. I grew up in the country with a bunch of good old boys, as we say. So, that wasn't me. So I was different. And when I read those books, it really helped me escape and feel like, it's okay that I'm not like everybody else.
Yeah, it's actually worth celebrating that we, grew up just a little different than everyone else. And I think that in the nerd world, with everything that's coming out, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter came out, even the Twilight, the Marvel Universe, the DC Universe coming to the big screens and television and all that, it's really giving more people this chance to embrace their differences. Their differences.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, easy for me to say. Their differences and celebrate them more. No matter what walk of life you come from, nerddom kind of saved us all.
Of course, now if you're not a nerd, you're sort of different.
It's true. It's reversed. It's true.
So take that, good old boys.
You muggles. So, and the other thing that really stood out to me about Harry Potter is, especially in the Order of the Phoenix, my entire life I've battled depression. And it didn't always derive from being different. It derived more from how I handled it and how I kind of grew into myself. And the scenes in the movie, and of course the chapters reading in the book, Harry felt really cut off from even his best friends. There's early on he said, I haven't got a letter from you all summer. Dumbledore's ignoring me. Something's going on. There's some kind of connection that I don't understand between me and Voldemort. Something's different about me than the rest of you. Something that you guys don't understand. And he even snaps a few times. And it really helped me realize that in the final battle of that book, between the first time really, that lengthy battle we get between Dumbledore and Voldemort, and then Harry and Voldemort, and he's like, you're alone. He's like, no, I'm not. There's a big difference between me and you, Thomas. I have family. I am loved. And that's what makes me stronger than you. And after reading it, that book, and really rereading it too a few years ago, kind of stamped into my brain that with people like my family and Josh and our friend Logan, I'm not alone, and it took a little while for me to realize that, but that book really stamped that into my brain.
Yeah, there's something comforting about those books. I mean, if you're a fan. One very vivid memory I have, September 11th, 2001, I remember, after watching the news for several hours, I went to bed and pulled out Harry Potter. I was reading the Goblet of Fire, and it was a scary day, especially as however old I was in the 7th grade, so that helped me sort of calm down and breathe and
escaped.
Yeah, and also Harry Potter really made me a reader and made me, excited about books, and more imaginative and all of that. So.
Oh yeah, I think that growing up and reading these kinds of books like Harry Potter, and even before Harry Potter came out, reading Lord of the Rings, I think it made us better performers on stage. I think it made us better character builders, and I think reading these books also kind of made us better teachers and mentors, because it taught you how to handle people who might have been going through what Harry went through, or what Ron went through, or even a young Tom Riddle. You see those, even though this is fiction, these kinds of people are walking through life. Lost, orphaned, forgotten, don't know their place in the world, and I think that these books really, helped the world get a little better at handling those kinds of people, those lost people. But yeah, we absolutely enjoyed the episode. Thank you all. I mean, the listens are, of course, it's Harry Potter, so people are listening and subscribing and leaving comments.
It's one of my favorite ones, I think.
I
so
agree.
Far.
Even though, it's our longest one, but I never felt like, even when we were doing it, I never felt like, all right, let's go on to the next point. We could speak for days about Harry Potter.
Probably.
We could do an entire season on Harry Potter and what it's done for us. But we just wanted to follow up on this and talk a little deeper about Harry Potter. And on this follow-up Friday, for the month of July, we did a Hot and Nerdy contest where the qualifications were you had to follow us on the social media you had. You had to send proof that you had followed us, and you had to answer 2 trivia questions. One being, who is my favorite Marvel villain, and who is Josh's favorite DC superhero? Now, if you've listened for a while, and if you know us for a while, you know that's a change-up. He's the Marvel guy, I'm the DC guy. So I had to confuse you all a little bit. But we do have a winner. We had quite a few submissions, and we picked the winner out of this group of submissions, and the winner is Stephanie Gaines.
Yay!
Who, fun fact, shares a birthday with Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling.
That's not why you won. It's
no,
just
it's
a
really
coincidence.
not. It's very coincidental, almost as if it was magic. So, we will be getting in touch with Stephanie after this airs, and congratulating you and getting your mailing info so we can mail you out our 30 and Nerdy swag package. And it will be filled with some great stuff. And
use it well.
Yes, and if you notice here, we have, if you listened, you heard him talking about the newest versions of Harry Potter books released, these illustrated books. Bigger print, bigger hardback books, and illustrations throughout.
Let's find a good one to share with everyone.
Yes.
Oh, okay. This is Harry and Dumbledore sitting and having a chat. This is sort of one of those times that I was talking about, like when Dumbledore's around,
You feel good.
everything's okay,
Yes.
Everything is just right with the world.
And I think that's after the Mirror of Erised.
Erised. Yeah.
Sorry.
And did you know why it's called the Mirror of Erised?
No.
Well, it's a mirror, right? And when you look at Erised in a mirror, it spells desire. And what does the mirror show you? Your
Desires. So it's desire backwards.
Yes.
That's
Isn't
brilliant.
that cool?
Again, brilliance of J.K. Rowling.
Yes.
So that was our follow-up. We just wanted to talk a little bit more about Harry Potter, announce our winner. We do have a contest coming up in August, so you'll have to stay tuned for the details. And that's about it. I'm Tyler.
I'm Josh.
And mischief managed.